Good day, everyone.
I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running things.
This is a courtroom, not a circus, so we're gonna calm down.
I'm sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities with we the people. So many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
We are the people.
Thomas Rolder claims he was hired to take photos for a 75th birthday celebration, but was told to leave before the party was over. Dina Minden says the plaintiff showed too much skin, offending her guests and the venue.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello. Thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Rolder versus Minden. Mr. Rolder, you are suing Ms. Minden for $1,500 for unpaid photography services. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Minden, you say that he was asked to leave before he completed the job.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Right? What happened, Mr. Rolder?
Your Honor, I showed up to this event very cordial, like I do all my events.
You were hired by Ms. Minden?
I was hired by Ms. Mendez.
For photography services?
Yes, video and photography.
Video and photography.
Yes,
How
Your
long
Honor.
have you been in this business?
I've been in this business a little over 10 years now.
All right, so you've been in there for a while, and you were hired to do an event?
Yes.
What kind of event?
It was her mother's 75th birthday party.
All right, and the location was
It
where?
was at a country club.
Okay, at a country club. And she called you. How did she find you?
She found me on the internet. I'm pretty sought after when it comes to Tampa photographers.
Okay, Ms. Minden, you saw him on the internet or you had a referral?
I did an internet search. I wanted to find the best videographer and photographer because this is an important moment, right?
All right, and you saw some of his portfolio, some of his work. You liked it?
I did. I went to his website and it looked like he could do an incredible job.
Called him, set it up?
Yep.
Hired?
Yes.
Anyone bring the contract?
I do. I have
May I
evidence
see it,
here.
please?
Thank you.
So you enter into a contract. What was required?
That I would pay him $2,000, and then there would be a $500 deposit down, and I would get all of the raw photos. He would give me 15 retouched photos, and then also all of the raw video footage of the day that he would take, in addition to a 5-minute edited video.
So raw footage, raw video, 5-minute edit video, and 15 retouched photos?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, for this price. Is that correct, Mr. Rolder?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You did pay the $500 deposit?
I did, yes.
Hence why you're suing for $1,500.
Yes,
Is that
Your
correct, sir? All right. Take me to the day. You arrive at the venue.
I arrive at the venue. I bring all my gear with me. She was very generous and let me have a golf cart. So I unloaded all my gear onto the golf cart before I went off to make my way to greet her. And so we get to the golf course and I meet her and her mother and everything's very cordial. And once I begin taking pictures, I got in some not so friendly angles that exposed my butt crack as I was taking photos, which I was unaware of. And she did warn me once, I'll give her that. She told me what was going on, and I paid a lot of attention to make sure that my crack wasn't showing the rest of the day. But unfortunately, some other golfers.
Oh, my goodness. It's a crack attack. So the crack kept coming out.
It kept being seen.
What was going on with your pants?
I was in a rush to get there that morning, and I put on a pair of pants that I haven't worn in a while. And when I put them on, it wasn't until I got to the actual country club when I realized that I needed a belt. And I tried to go to the pro shop, but they didn't have any belts.
That's just how it happens. The one day you need something, that's the one thing they don't have.
And they didn't have it, Your Honor.
So no belts available?
No belts.
What about a couple safety pins?
I don't carry safety pins around with me. Lesson
Gotta
learned.
go ask somebody.
Lesson
So
learned.
you're walking around and you're trying to get into the shots because you as a photographer, you all are supposed to like it's almost like you're ninjas. You're not supposed to be seen, but you're capturing all the moments. So you're crouching down and bending, and all the while your pants are coming down and exposing your butt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so what happens?
So I'm getting beautiful footage, videos, photography, everything. But then the manager of the pro shop says that other golfers, not even the group that we were with, were coming up complaining about my butt crack.
Coming up.
All of a sudden, I'm seeing his butt crack all over, and I'm trying to focus on my mom's 75th birthday celebration. I flew family in from all over. This is the first time we've been together in 10 years.
And later.
Suddenly, a big box comes rolling in, and I was like, oh my God, you know, someone's surprising me, like this is amazing. Out pops out my ex-boyfriend who I blocked and said I wanted nothing to do with.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Thomas Rolder, who is suing Dina Minden for not paying him for his photography services.
Well, I'm sure the members probably had an issue with you running around being exposed all the time, especially if you were near the golf course or the dining area. Nobody wants to see that. This is a picture that was submitted into evidence as to what you had on. You had on blue jeans and a raggedy t-shirt.
Who's taking pictures of my butt?
It was out there.
Somebody that wanted to prove that this was really happening. As you can see, this is unprofessional, right? It's also indecent. At a country club, you have to dress appropriately anyway. How long were you supposed to stay?
I was supposed to be there for 4 hours.
But what happened?
My butt crack showed.
What happened, Ms. Minden? Because he just wants to say butt crack. Go ahead. What happened?
Yeah, so all of a sudden I'm seeing his butt crack all over, and I'm trying to focus on my mom's 75th birthday celebration. I flew family in from all over. This is the first time we've been together in 10 years. So it was, you know, and I wanted to capture the moments, and all I can focus on is this. So I went over to him and I said, hey, your pants keep falling down. Can you please, and nicely, I said it nicely, can you please keep your pants up? Because we keep seeing your butt crack, and I don't want that to be the memory at Grandma's 75th birthday. And he did apologize, and he did say he would, and he pulled up his pants and he's like, I will do my best to keep them up.
You can't keep them up, so what happens?
Well, then I see him packing up all of his equipment all of a sudden. I'm like, well, what's going on? So I go over and I say, hey, Thomas, what's going on? Why are you packing up your equipment? And he says, well, the manager of the of the country club asked me to leave because he said my attire isn't appropriate. 2 hours into the day. And we still had 9 holes of golf left to play that we didn't get captured. And Grandma's birthday cake.
So you all were actually on the course?
We were.
My son, as a golfer, he always knows what to wear, and we're always dressed because it's our club. But for others, you do have to just remind, because if you don't go to country clubs, if you're not a golfer and you don't belong to this kind of stuff, it's foreign. You don't know what to do. So you kind of say, hey, and just FYI, you're going to need to have on a collared shirt and slacks, no jeans allowed, no T-shirts, no gym wear. Like there's all these rules.
Right.
Did you remind him of that?
I told him up front, this is at an upscale country club, and so there is a dress code. And then the day before, I made sure we were all set to go, because this was the most important part for me for this party. I wanted to make sure that this was, you know, that we captured every moment. And I reminded him, this is upscale. I didn't necessarily say no denim, but I said, you know, it's an upscale country club. So I thought that was common sense. You know, you could just say that and somebody wouldn't wear
when you use
jeans.
Upscale. He obviously did not know. All right. Mr. Rolder, unfortunately, you were not able to perform this job in its entirety because your clothing was inappropriate. And it's unfortunate because I could think of at least 3 things off the top of my head right now that I would have done to make sure I got all my coins. I would have gone and asked for some safety pins. and safety pinned and tried to tuck my shirt in, or I would have gone to that pro shop, and when they said, we don't have any belts, I would have bought myself a collared shirt and a new pair of pants. You were making $2,000. If you had to spend $100 or $150 on a new outfit there, you could have changed in the dressing room in there.
Yep.
And then the last thing you could have done is you could have just said to her, whenever there's a break for you all to eat, you could have run your little self over to the Target or the Walmart or some little store and quickly bought yourself some pants that fit.
Thank you.
Will you let her talk?
Hold on, I'm running this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm running this court. Don't get mad now, because you could have just worn what you got on in court today. You look nice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So these are the little professional lessons you learn. And most lessons, just like life lessons, professional lessons usually come when you make a mistake and you blow it. And this time you blew your money, but you also blew your client's opportunity to capture the entire day with that beautiful footage. And you know what she's gonna think about every time she looks at those 15 great pictures? Gosh, I wish he could have gotten some from the last 2 hours, but he got kicked out.
Yep.
I do believe you did some work, and therefore I believe that you are entitled to some money. You stayed there half the time, you delivered 15 photos, but only with half of the day. Therefore, you're only entitled to half your money. Your fee was $2,000, so therefore you're entitled to $1,000. You've been paid $500. Judgment for the plaintiff for $500. Court is adjourned.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $500.
I shouldn't have to pay you another dime.
You got the biggest steal for the best photographs you could have ever
For
gotten.
losing memories of my grandmother's day?
You didn't lose a memory. Look
I
at
lost
what you
lot.
got
There's a
out
lot
of
that I didn't get captured.
You got more than what you deserve.
Oh, please.
Coming up,
But what was the point of the popping out of the box? What were you trying to convey? I want you back.
Yes, I was trying to give her a big gesture. I was trying to impress her, and I thought what would impress her more than me popping out of a big box.
Well, if you ain't got no ring, that's not impressive.
you're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. Marina Soretto claims her ex-boyfriend ruined her birthday party after he showed up uninvited and caused a huge mess. Ahmet Coach says he wanted to surprise her with a grand gesture of love and shouldn't have to pay for that.
Good day, everyone. Good day. This is the case of Soretto versus Coach. Ms. Soretto, you are suing Mr. Coach for $400 for property damage. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Coach, you say it was all an accident.
It was all a lovely mistake.
All right, I'll start with you. Plaintiff, what happened?
So, for my birthday, I had gotten a caterer that would set up a whole martini bar, and we had like mimosas there, and suddenly a big box comes rolling in. My friend says, hey, take your camera out, this is gonna be a good surprise. And I was like, oh my God, you know, someone's surprising me, like this is amazing. Out pops out my ex-boyfriend who I blocked and said I wanted nothing to do with because he's so immature and childish and just not someone that I can see myself, you know, going into the future with. And he pops out, ground is shaking, martinis are shaking, everything's falling, things are knocked over. I bump into some martinis as well. And I'm being charged $400 for damages from the catering company because he was never supposed to be there.
But what was the point of the popping out of the box? What were you trying to convey? I want you back.
Yes, I was trying to give her a big gesture. I was trying to impress her, and I thought what would impress her more than me popping out of a big box.
Well, if you ain't got no ring, that's not impressive.
Well, that is true, but we've been dating for a little over a year, and she wanted to take a break, and we were in break for a week.
Coming up.
But you see, my friend Tonya was telling me how she was crying every single night over me.
You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Marina Soretto, who brought her boyfriend Ahmet Coach to court for ruining her birthday.
But you see, my friend Tonya was telling me how she was crying every single night over me, And I just thought that maybe if I popped out of a box.
Oh, you were told she was upset about the breakup. So your thing is, she thinks I'm not at her party. I'm going to roll in and pop out and go, I am here. I do care about your birthday. I'm here.
Yep, I thought maybe it would make her happy, but.
A ring would probably be better, but
Judge, he
that's
couldn't
okay.
afford a ring.
Stand up, ma'am. I want to hear from you, the witness. So you told him you're his friend.
Yes, I am.
And your name?
Tanya Hall.
All right. So, Ms. Hall, you told him, hey, she's been crying, she's upset, you could do something really fabulous and like win her back.
Yes, I'm very good friends with Marina. We work together, and she was very upset after the breakup. She was calling me, crying. So
I spent a year of my life with this guy who doesn't know how to take anything seriously.
Well, I definitely thought I could do something about it.
It wasn't
so I
up
told
to you. I said, yes. I was heartbroken because I spent a year of my life with this man who doesn't know how to get a job, for one. What is he doing?
Your Honor, respectfully, I'm a professional dog walker at the moment, so I am employed.
Did he hit the Martini wall while he was wheeling you, or when you popped out the box, your arms came out and hit
Almost, Judge, actually, it was one of the flaps that hit the glass, but the main stand was actually got hit by her. It was her who backed up after the surprise and hit the table.
Oh,
Which I warned
and
her
then
about
you
a
jumped
surprise.
back when you saw him hit the table, and that's when the martinis fell.
I was scared for my life because I thought he was stalking me.
So, Mr. Coach, you're saying you don't feel like you owe Ms. Soretto anything for the martini wall. Why?
Nope, because I did it all for love. I was just trying to get her back. I didn't mean to do any harm or damage any property or pay $400. I need the $400 for myself.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
It could have been that you contacted Ms. Hall. She done told you everything else. She's all up in your business. You could have said, hey, I want to wheel myself in. When's the best time to do it? Where's the best time to do it? It definitely ain't next to the martini wall.
Fair.
Bad choice. And when that happens, if you really want to win somebody back and show them you're about your business and maybe they underestimated you, what you should do is step up and just say, I got you. I'm so sorry. I meant to surprise you. Because you basically ruined the party and then decided, and I ain't gonna pay. If she didn't want to be with you before then, she definitely don't want to be with you now.
Well, you see,
With
Judge,
that said, plaintiff, you are owed the $400 for the property damage that I know you already had to cover to the company where you rented the event. Mr. Coach, you do owe that because you are responsible for the damages that you caused.
I
Do
didn't
you
know
understand?
where they put the box,
Do
though.
you understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right.
Judge.
Judgment for the plaintiff for $400. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $400.
Do you have any final thoughts for him?
Next is a restraining order.
Well, I'm gonna have to walk a lot more dogs now.
Please gather your things and follow me.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.